Hello, what's up? It's your girl Bree at Cryptic Tales of Tarot. I know that I've been gone for a little hot minute there, but trust me, I think it's worth it because I know I said that I was gonna leave the recordings at number 5 for the list of names involved in this coven, but I got zealous, especially when it came to watching the Olympics, and I decided that I was gonna go for the Olympics and make this an even number, number 6, total finale of the names, okay, that were involved in this coven, and all the privacy standards are the same. I'm actually going to read that to you because I think you guys need a refresher, because I apologize for being late, but this had to be done because this is a part of my story which needs to be told, because there are people who need to be locked away in prison, like, for the rest of their life for what they've done, and people who need to be sent to mental wards as well. But anyways, here we go. Did I say happy Pisces season 2? Okay. So, like I said here, all privacy standards are applied in this video too. Please go watch videos 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 because they're just as important as this. They all include names of people and what they did. Okay? So, I wanted to end this saga number 6. And I'm probably going to be posting this video a few times because usually people post on the weekdays, not on weekends, so I don't want you guys to miss this. And I know you guys must be like, ugh, going back to recording 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know the opposition is watching me. I'm not stupid. Go back and look at the names and get prepared for what your consequences are going to be when it comes to the law. And I want you all to know that regardless of the magic that this coven did, the one thing is for sure, they all gossiped about me. So, just wanted to get that out of the way because I don't want to be repeating myself. And when it comes to those involved in this death magic coven mafia, I will only be giving their initials, first names, and a brief description. And if any of them play in a band, then I will be shortening the band's names to maintain their privacy. And by the way, before I forget, it is Mercury retrograde. So, technology can go haywire. Watch how you word things to people, because especially with these people in the coven, especially with the karmic masculine, because the karmic masculine can take things way out of fucking proportion, and he's a petty 424 on the timer when I said that, and take shit way out of proportion and be petty and misconstrue everything and make a big ass to do about it. Okay. On another note, these bands play at a music venue to which I will only give one word, and it's called brass. Trigger warning. I think that the karmic masculine named Josh has just kidnapped two more kids. I think he abducted both a boy and a girl, and it's to fulfill his pedophilic ways and then use them for sacrifices. Alright, so now let's let the show continue here. Listen carefully until we get to, what is it, number 118, and then we take a break. Okay? Just trust me. Just trust me on this. Oh, 544. So we left off at 108. So now it's number 109. KL. The name is Cam. I didn't know this person very well, but I probably crossed paths with him at the music venue. He played in the band called Mass. Remember, all band names have been shortened. Okay, so the word Mass is not the whole full name of the band. Like I said, keeping privacy. I sensed that Cam was a dark high priest and he followed the rules of what my karmic masculine Josh wanted him to do. I think Josh told Cam to keep doing love breakup spells on me and my divine masculine named Sean. This was a strategy to make me feel hopeless about having love again. On another note, I have a feeling that Cam was sending me spiritual attacks, especially to my crown chakra. And I think she was one of the people, or excuse me, one of the people who kept doing isolation spells. As he wanted to make me so depressed that I would check out, and I think he enjoyed watching me suffer. Number 110. CG. Carlos. I didn't know him very well either, but I know that he played in the band called Mass. I think Carlos was another dark high priest and used runes and mirrors for divination to spy on me. So he would always know what was going on, but more importantly, to see if his magic was working. And I think that he was spiritually attacking the crap out of my crown chakra, hoping that I would have a nervous breakdown and end up in a mental ward. And I sensed that Carlos had a second plan, just in case if his first idea didn't work. The second option was to make me stagnant, hopeless, rejected, and homeless. And I think he also did sex magic on me and a jar spell too. Like, this guy went much further. And I've got a feeling that if Sean had asked Carlos for advice about whether or not to get back with me, I'm willing to bet that Carlos told him no, absolutely not, and gave Sean bullshit reasons, why he shouldn't do it. And unfortunately, Sean was vulnerable at the time and fell for the bullshit. See, 111. TW. Tim. Once again, I didn't know this guy, but he's also in the band called Mass. I think he's a very talented dark high priest and did the same things that Carlos did, except for attacking my crown chakra. But I think that Tim was one of the people who was gang stalking me and trying to make me sick and stagnant, isolated, get me into a fatal car crash, or die from a terminal illness. Furthermore, I think that Sean might have asked Tim for advice about reuniting with me, and I think Tim gave Sean the same answer that Carlos did. And I have a feeling that Tim manipulated Sean based on the words he used and his tone of voice, and that was to confuse Sean about what to do. Okay? Because, guys, I mean, there's a lot of people here that are sociopaths, and they're good with their words, you know, they have the gift of gab. And it's like fucking being an attorney, knowing how to use your words properly and articulate. Crown. This is my third. I just said crown, and then I just said third. This is my throat chakra that's being affected right now. And because I said crown chakra, clearly somebody's trying to attack my crown chakra and my third eye chakra. And now my throat chakra. And no, fuck you. Absolutely not. I will speak the truth. I'm a whistleblower. So, like I said, think of it as being an attorney and how they articulate their words in court to make it sound like you're gonna second guess yourself. I think that's what happened here. Okay. And I think that Tim was cursing the shit out of my finances like no other. 112 AED Alexander. I think he's a dark high priest. I didn't know him very well, but we probably crossed paths because he plays in a band called Noise. Of course, that's only one word of the whole band. I sense that Alexander did damn near every type of black magic on me and Sean. Okay, and especially with me, it was isolation spells and love breakup spells, so that the reunion would be so delayed that I would give up hope on having love. And I think he astral traveled to me at night and did sex magic and did a spell jar on both me and Sean. However, I think Alexander printed out a picture of me and Sean together and then cut that picture in half and then, stuck the separated pictures into the spell jar to indicate a breakup. They wanted a permanent breakup. And I sense that Alexander has been spying on all my social media accounts to stay updated on any new post that I made on Facebook, and he probably has done the same thing to Sean. Oy, 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 people. 113 ZA. The name is Ziva. She's an artist who helps make merchandise for the bands that play at this music venue. I think Ziva is a dark high priestess, or she's working her way up there. And I sense that she had a voodoo doll of me and used it for body and beauty magic. And I sense that Ziva used black thread to sew my eyes shut with the doll so that it could block my intuition. What the fuck was I just saying earlier? Tripping over my words. Because somebody is trying to get me to shut the fuck up. Attacking my crown chakra. And this bitch trying to attack my third eye chakra. And it's Mercury retrograde on top of that. Okay? Based on my downloads, I think Ziva stuck a needle through the neck of the doll, which was supposed to give me problems when I was recording my videos for my YouTube channel. And I think she put a whole bunch of money on the doll and used screws to make sure they didn't fall out. I think she also did magic to make me sick and stagnant in life. And I think she did dream magic on me by making me have dreams about women who were trying to have sex with me. That's the weirdest fucking shit. Oh, no, it's not the weirdest fucking shit because I've heard even worse. What the fuck am I talking about? Number 114, A.E. Alfonso. Once again, I didn't know this guy personally, but I know that he's close friends with Josh. And I don't think Alfonso lives in the same state that we do. In fact, I think he came from the original state that Josh is from. So, based on my downloads, I think Alfonso helped Josh with murdering his first victim for a sacrifice without getting caught by the authorities. I think Alfonso has a long history of killing people for sacrifices, but also for the simple fact that he gets pleasure out of torturing people before he kills them. So, and I think that Alfonso would let Josh watch the show, and that's how Josh learned how to commit the heinous crimes that he has now. And I think Alfonso has connections to the mafia. I don't want any fucking problems, people. I'm just speaking the downloads that I've had. 115, S.S. Scott. He's tall, has blonde hair, and is musically inclined. I didn't know him all that well, but it was because he was good friends with my divine masculine named Sean and Sean's roommates. Sean was also close friends with, excuse me, not Sean, but Scott. Scott was also close friends with Jamie and Steven. Anywho, Scott was invited to play music at a house party where my divine masculine Sean and his roommates lived at. Unfortunately, I think Scott became a drug addict. About a year or two later, Scott left town and nobody knew where he went, but seeing as how everybody had many secret connections, I think he was a snake, definitely a hidden snake, and got involved in what I've called the Death Magic Coven Mafia. I think he got involved sometime during the years of 2018 to 2020. And I think Scott's very good with technology and helped come up with the idea of hacking into my computer, okay, to see if he could find any dirt on me, especially when it comes to the porn industry. But they couldn't find a damn thing on me. Hold on, I know someone's fucking with my throat. Number 116. JKF. Jamie. She's close friends with Lisa Thompson and April. Just some of the high dark priestesses who kept cursing my finances. But based on my downloads, Jamie made a voodoo doll out of me And I think she used it for body and beauty magic. I think Jamie used black thread to sew the doll's eyes closed to block my intuition. And I think she sewed my mouth shut too. And I think Jamie made another voodoo doll out of me and put it in a wooden coffin and nailed it shut and buried it somewhere. This was a way to keep me stagnant and stuck in life. And I think Jamie did a jar spell and stuck wads of cash in it and put pin needles in them to make them stick. She wanted me broke and homeless, y'all. 117. Oh, wow, 2050 on the diamond. Number 117. CS. The name is Courtney. I also think she's a very dark, talented high priestess who was good friends with April, Ziva, Dottie, Amy, Audrey Beeson, Lisa Thompson, Raven, and Jackie. I think that Courtney had a voodoo doll made out of me and basically did all the same type of shit that the other dark witches did, except I don't think that Courtney put the voodoo doll in a wooden coffin, but on her altar instead. And then put a lot of money and rum on the altar too. This was her way of asking for help from the devil. And I also think that Courtney could work with Mammon, Beelzebub, or Baal. I think Courtney uses tarot cards and crystal balls for divination. And she abused her powers in this department, and the crystal ball could have shattered from soaking in too much evil. But she wanted to keep tabs on me constantly, just like the other dark witches I mentioned. On another note, I sense that Courtney may be involved in stealing my inheritance and is currently arguing with everybody in the coven about what they should do with it because they hate the fact that they have to give it back to me. I personally believe that's another reason why they want me off this planet, so that they don't have to give it back to me. And that would be a huge weight lifted off their shoulders. Number 118. HVF. Heather. She hosted a music show and other. Oh my god. Excuse me. Okay, damn. I had to get some water. And when I paused for the timer, it was 23:23 exactly. So I know that this is accurate shit. Well, anyways, Heather, okay, she hosted a music show in honor of the legendary Ozzy. So that means that she's close friends with the owners, Heather and Damien, of the music venue. And I think Heather is extremely talented with her skills and is a dark high priestess too. And I think that the owners of the music venue could have given her money to do top notch black magic on me. This magic was intended to make me sick and stagnant, hopeless, isolated, rejected, and homeless. Not to mention, I think she kept doing love breakup spells on Sean and I to delay the reunion as long as possible. Based on my downloads, excuse me, based on my downloads, I think that Heather did a lot of mental mind illusion spells to make Sean confused as hell about whether or not he should reunite with me. Okay? And the illusions were also meant to make him believe that his friends were right about me in terms of the advice that they were giving him. And I'm pretty sure that Heather joined the rumor mill of people talking shit about me. And I believe that Heather was one of the people who claimed that I was dating somebody else. And that was a lie. And was also meant to delay the reunion because it was supposed to make Sean turn back into his toxic ways just to make himself feel better, because in reality, he was miserable. Okay, this is the break. Break time, I said. Whew. By this point, I'm pretty sure you're tired of listening to every detail about these coven members, but more importantly, I'm tired of typing this shit. Like I said, I was pretending that I was in the Olympics, okay, and I was going for the gold medal for the School of Hogwarts Black Magic year. But there's just so many people. So I'm just gonna keep giving their initials, first names, and the bands that they played in. Okay? However, just know that these individuals were all involved in committing heinous crimes such as murder for sacrifices, tax fraud, identity theft, tax evasion, using the dark web, black magic, stealing my inheritance, gang stalking me, hacking into my technical devices, and lying to Sean about giving him horrible advice about whether or not he should get back with me. With that being said, let's get this shit over with because I'm tired with the notes. But take a quick break. Hey y'all, I'm back, and I'll be honest, y'all may have seen me pick up a vape pen, but I'm not vaping marijuana. It's just tobacco. That's it. I'm being honest, but you don't do drugs. Nothing like that. Y'all couldn't find any evidence of me being a bad person. Okay. Number 119, R.K. Reagan. He plays in a band called ARF 2. And the name rhymes with the word scarf. Reminder, all band names have been shortened. 120, D.G. Doug. He plays in the band called ARF 2, and it rhymes with the word scarf. 121, K.S. Kyle. He plays in the band called ARF 2. Number 122, A.A. It's Andy, and he plays in two bands. One called ARF 2 and Pressip. 123, JJ. Name is Josh. He plays in the bands called ARF 2 Precipice and Grave. 124, D.S. Daniel. He plays in Precipice. 125, D.C. Drew. This guy has a foundation that promotes the band called ARF2. 126, A.C. Ashley. She works as a bartender and is a fan and follower of the bands called Injection and Omen. I also think that Ashley was spying on me using divination and constantly checking my social media accounts. 127, A.S. You have Adam. He's dating Ashley. I think Adam got involved with committing tax fraud, identity theft, and maybe some documentation about my inheritance. Number 128, DB. Name is Dave. His nickname is Dave the Drummer. And he plays in the band called Inge 2. Hmm. How do I say? It's capital YNGE. Okay. But that's not the full name. I had to cut it. But the name Inge, it rhymes with the word cringe. 129, JW. James. He's also in the band called Inge 2, and it rhymes with the word cringe. 130, you have BK, which is Bill, and he plays in the band called Inge 2. 131, CZ, Chad. He plays in the bands called Valhalla and Odin. 132, AZ, Adam. He plays in the bands called Valhalla and Odin. 133, EF, Evan. He's close friends with Steven and a guy whose nickname is Spoon R. I believe Evan was involved in stalking my social media accounts and participated in stealing documents related to my inheritance. Not to mention, I think he's been screwing around with the dark web too. 134, SRD. It's Spoon R. I highly doubt that that's his real name, but he's close friends with Steven and Evan. But I think that Spoon R has done the following: black magic, gang stalking me, hacking into my technical devices, and stalking all my social media accounts too. Wow. 135, JWH. Jamal. I think he cursed my entire life and spied on me using divination and has been constantly watching all my social media accounts. Number 136. This is a weird fucking name. WG. The name is Wolfie. Like I said, it must be a nickname because I've never heard of that. But he plays for a band called Wolves. 137, KL, and that's Kirsten or Kirsten. This is her real first name because she's got another Facebook account, and in the second account, her nickname is Fritter, and she's dating Wolfie. 138, RJ, and the name is Roga or Raga. He helped bring the band called Surge back to life. Okay, and Surge, the name rhymes with the word purge. 139, JP, Johnny. He helped bring the band called Crow back to life. And the word crow, it rhymes with the word snow. I know a lot of y'all be doing that snow too, if you catch my drift. 140, NS, Noelle. She's a digital creator. I think she's a dark high priestess who's very talented in the dark arts. I think Noelle has cursed my love life and my finances too. And I think that she's been wanting me to go broke and homeless. 141, SS, Shannon. He's married to Noelle. Once again, I think that, Shannon, dark high priest who cursed my love life and kept sending me isolation spells. 142, HG, Heather. She was doing black magic on Sean and I. Okay, she also used divination to spy on me constantly. So she would always know what steps to take next when it came to destroying my life and fucking around with Sean. Number 143, you have JBB. And then the name is JB. This is what people call him. I think he astral traveled to me at night and did sex magic. And I also think that JB did mental mind illusion magic to keep Sean confused about what to do about his love life. And if Sean asked JB for advice, then of course he lied to Sean. 144. We're almost done, y'all. 144. JD. Joe. I think this guy was spying on me constantly in every way possible, especially when it came to all my social media accounts, and he could have gotten involved with stealing my inheritance. And the last one, 145, SB. Now here's the thing. This S, it stands for Sean or Shawnee, okay, with the Y at the end. This is a weird situation because it's the same person but with two different accounts. And I remember for quite some time that there was a guy named Shawnee who would always write far out on all of my Facebook comments. And then the other Sean's Facebook profile was completely different, and he was a party animal. So I definitely think that Sean or Shawnee was a setup to see how much information he can get about my life at that time, and then relay the information back to the coven. And there you go, folks. It ends at 35:35. The Olympics are done. Feeny, I'm done. I'm going back to my tarot readings and shit. I'm exhausted. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. And I would like to post a tarot reading on Monday, Tuesday.